Hello and welcome to All Sports Takes. We have our week 6, 7 predictions.
Yep.
It's moving away fast. John, last week you went 11-3. I went 12-2. We covered that on our Thursday night football predictions. Your total record is 56-36, while mine is 50-42. However, Bo Nix and the Broncos, of course, got that win against the Saints on Thursday night football. So now I'm only 5 games behind, and we got ourselves some interesting games coming up. Your favorite team is obviously in London. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited. I think it's going to be Drake May's first win. A little hint to who I'm going to predict in the first game today.
Yeah, no, it just might be. Drake May did definitely look pretty good last week, I do have to say. Um, and then Lions Vikings, an amazing divisional matchup. That division, the NFC North is just looking stacked.
Yeah.
Chiefs, 49ers, Ravens, Buccaneers, a lot of really good games to look forward to. But I say we just get straight into it. We have the Jaguars versus the Patriots. Who do you got in that one?
I picked the Patriots. I think this is an easy win. The Jags are not very good this season. They've struggled a lot this year. Nothing's been good for them. I mean, the only bright spot has been Brian Thomas Jr., the rookie receiver who's been balling this year. But other than that, I mean,
Yeah.
Bigsby's been good too, though. Other than that, there's just not a lot of bright spots. Patriots, I'm happy with our performance last week. Drake May looked really good. The defense, probably its worst week of the whole season so far. So I think they bounced back this week. I'm not too worried about that. I think Drake May is going to do what he did similar to last week. I think we're playing the Jags defense is definitely not as good as the Texans. So I think he's going to have a way better game. And it's in London. Jags been here for 2 weeks. They obviously don't want to be there anymore, especially when like 1-5, 1-6. So I'll be picking the Patriots here 23-20. Kind of a close game. I think it'll be close, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a split pick for me because both teams are so bad. I just don't know which way to go.
Yeah.
Um, but with that being said, I think that having being in London for a full extra week just gives a team so much more of an advantage. Getting accustomed to time, things like that, it really will give the Jaguars an advantage here and having maybe their mental headspace be good. And I just don't trust necessarily a rookie quarterback. Drake May did throw an interception, and I think he probably will throw another one in this game. And so, I got the Jaguars. I'm going to have them winning this one 27-17. I think Drake May will have a fine game, but he doesn't have weapons. He's a rookie QB. He's bound to make mistakes, and he's in London in a hostile environment. So I don't know if I trust that. Next game, we have the Lions versus the Vikings. 5-0 Lions facing the 4-1 Vikings. 5-0 Vikings facing the 4-1 Lions. Both teams look really, really solid.
Hmm.
Um, I'm going to go ahead and go first. I'm going to pick the Lions in this one. I know that the Vikings are coming off a bye, and that probably will help them um, like recuperate and get everything going. And I know that is in Minnesota. But with that being said, the Lions' performance against the Cowboys was dominant. With or without Aiden Hutchinson, I think that the Lions are going to win this game. Um, and I like to see Amon-Ra St. Brown kind of have his first really, really good game of the season.
Yeah. Prayers up for Aiden Hutchinson, tragic injury. So just prayers up for him. But yeah, the Lions looked really good last week against the Cowboys, like 44-9 win. So super dominant win. I mean, that's just a good win. The Vikings looked good all season. They are 5-0, but all teams have to lose a game in the season. So I got the Lions winning this one here. I think it's going to be a really good game. 35-29. I don't have much to say, but I just think the Lions are going to pull this one out.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I think it'll be a really good game, or it might be a blowout. I think the Lions may be able to blow out the Vikings. Next, we got the Titans versus the Bills. We've had some very entertaining matchups with the Bills and Titans the past couple of years.
Yes.
Most notably that those stiff arms. You know what I mean?
Happened quite a bit. Yeah.
Derrick Henry and Josh Allen. Anyway, so Titans versus Bills. I just don't think the Titans are a strong enough squad. I don't trust Will Levis enough, so I'm just gonna pick the Bills here.
Yeah, I was kind of debating picking the Titans. These teams seem to match up well, and it always seems to be a close game, no matter how bad or how good one team is that season. So I think it's going to be a really close game. But as Andrew said, I think the Bills are a lot stronger team. I like the additions they made, and I just got the Bills winning here 24-22.
Yeah, let's talk a little about that Amari Cooper trade, John. What are your thoughts on that trade?
I Best trade. That's a good trade for the Bills. I mean, that's an A grade for me for the Bills. I mean, that just improves their team so much. Like they've been good with no receivers. Now they have a Mark Cooper who's like an above average receiver. You know, hasn't had a great season this year, but I think with Josh Allen, I think they could have some really good chemistry and just really ball.
I thought the timing was perfect because Amari Cooper has had a past of kind of messing the Bengals up, destroying us Bengals. So I'm kind of glad that he's off the Browns so that we don't have to face him this week. Next, we have a kind of trash game: Dolphins versus the Colts. Anthony Richardson is back. Michael Pittman is going to play once again. Who do you got in this one?
Pretty easy pick for me. I got the Colts winning. I don't think the Dolphins are going to be able to win very many games without Tua. I just don't think Tyler Huntley is going to be able to win many games other than the easy ones against really bad teams. So I got the Colts winning here, 28-16.
Yeah, I was kind of split here because the Dolphins are coming off a bye, and I think that can definitely help like back up QBs and getting adjusted to the system and stuff like that. But it is at home in Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson is coming back. And so because of that, I think I have to go with the Colts here. Just like you, I just don't really trust this Dolphins team without Tua, unfortunately. Although
Yeah.
I do think this will be a higher scoring game. I think I'm gonna go 30 to 20 Colts. Next we have the Seahawks versus the Falcons. Pretty interesting game. The birds coming at each other. Who do you got in this one?
I think this is a pretty easy pick for me. I don't think the Seahawks have been too good all season. They've got a couple good wins, but nothing too surprising. But I really like the Falcons. I really like the way Kirk Cousins is playing. They had an easy game last week against the Panthers, but I still think they'll be able to come in here and take another win here. 27-24, close game. I think this is a good matchup for both teams, but I do see the Falcons winning here.
Yeah, no, I got the Falcons too. Just the Seahawks have really fallen off these past couple of weeks.
Yeah,
The Falcons have looked really good, really solid. I've been particularly surprised with their third wide receiver, Ray McLeod. He's been
yeah.
playing really well. Kirk Cousins likes to spread that ball around a lot, and the Falcons' offense is just entertaining to watch. Another really entertaining game coming up next: Texans
Mm.
versus Packers. It's in Lambeau Field. I don't think I picked against the Packers at all this season, except that one time I picked the Colts when Jordan Love was injured. And I'm gonna just keep going with it. I really like the Packers. I chose them last week against Cardinals. They obviously got that win there. And I just don't think you can go against Green Bay when they're playing in Lambeau Field. And so I'm gonna go with the Packers to win this one, 35 to 20.
Yeah, this is a really tough game for me. I mean, I took a minute on this game just seeing who I really wanted to pick here. Packers obviously coming off a win last week, really good win against the Cardinals, who I think are a really solid team too, and they kind of blew them out. So I think the Packers are back to just being a really good team. Texans obviously offense looked really good last week against the Patriots, and I know the Patriots have a good defense. I watch them every week, so I think the Texans. It's going to be a high scoring game here, but I'm just going to go with my gut here. I'm going to pick the Texans here. I'm going to pick 30-27 Texans.
That was music. That was just music to my ears, Sean. That was next. We got the Bengals versus the Browns. My Bengals won on Sunday Night Football. It was scrappy, but Joe Cool Gang Shiesty ran it
Yeah.
into the end zone. Man, I don't know what they're doing to him in Cincinnati, but he just I don't want to say it, but you know what I mean. He's just getting better by the day. I think that he's playing better, and you know, I like the Bengals here winning. I know that it is in Cleveland. I know that the Browns defense is really solid, but they just don't have an offense. I don't trust Deshaun Watson enough, and so I have the Bengals winning this one, 30 to 10.
Yeah. So the Joe Burrow has never won an away game in Cleveland. And I think that's a pretty significant stat. But the Browns have been a lot better in those past couple of years, and this year they are a bad team, a really bad team. So that's why I think Joe Burrow is going to break the curse here, break the woes away at the Cleveland. So I got the Bengals. Close game though, 23-20. I think it'll be a really close game, but I think the Bengals will be able to pull this one out.
Now I have a question for you. If Amari Cooper was starting, would you pick the Browns?
I still wouldn't pick the Browns.
Yeah, I would think about honestly, I would have as a Bengals fan. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to break this. I just don't think Deshaun Watson's just good at all. He's just a horrible quarterback.
Next, we have the Philadelphia Eagles going into New York. New York, they played pretty well. Their defense looked really solid against the Bengals. Offense have been killing it the past couple of weeks. Um, who do you got in this one?
This is an interesting game for me. I mean, the Eagles are like a different team each week in every quarter. Like each quarter, it seems like You could either have a really good Eagles team that's just like putting up crazy points and just balling, or they could have like the worst team in the NFL. So I really just have no clue with the Eagles anymore. Nick Sirianni's chirping with the fans. It's just what a season for the Eagles are having right now. Just a crazy season. Giants coming off the loss last week, but Malik Neighbors is coming back this week, so I think that's going to help a lot. I think he's pretty much that whole offense. I don't know if Devin Singletary's coming back. Do you know?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. So that's going to help a lot too. I just think it's a really close game. I could really see the Giants winning here, but I just got to stay safe. I'm going to pick the Eagles here, 25-20.
Yeah. Let's go over the Giants' schedule this year. They lost week 1 to the Vikings in a blowout, but now we know that the Vikings are 5-0. They lost week 2 to the Commanders in a shootout, and now we know that the Commanders are 4-2. They beat the Browns in Cleveland, hard environment to win in. They barely lost to the Cowboys, probably a game they should have won, but because I don't think the Cowboys are that good, but still, Cowboys are a respectable team. They beat the Seahawks and they barely lose to the Bengals. I think that they've had a really hard schedule and
Yeah.
that we can't necessarily judge them, especially with the injuries that they've been having. I think Malik Neighbors being back is going to be crucial, and I just don't trust the Eagles right now. I don't know. I don't know how they haven't fired Nick Sirianni at this point. If your coach is being toxic about your team's culture as a whole, I don't care if he brought you to the Super Bowl. I don't really like that coach. Jalen Hurts has been playing like crap. I'm going to pick the Giants here. I think it will be a shootout. I like the Giants winning 31-27. I think this could be a Daniel Jones, Malik Neighbors masterclass game. And as you said, I mean, it could really go either way.
Yeah. I like that pick though.
Raiders and the Rams. This is an interesting one. I wanted to pick the Raiders. Aiden O'Connell has been looking a little better than that of Gardner Minshew. However, I think the Rams and Cooper Kupp coming back. I just don't think I can go against Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, this is a pretty easy game for me here. I didn't really think too much. I got the Rams winning here 27-20. I don't think the Raiders are a very good team. Aiden O'Connell, he's all right, but nothing special. I just think the Rams will be able to take care of business at home.
Yeah, no, for sure. Next week, Panthers, Commanders. I actually could see the Panthers winning this one. I'm going to be honest with you, John. I think Andy Dalton and Deontay Johnson are one of the best quarterback wide receiver duos in the league right now, being honest. But I just can't go against the Commanders. They had a really great game against the Ravens last week, so I'm gonna go with the Commanders at home, beating the Panthers, their division, and I have the Commanders, or not in their division, but I have the Commanders winning 30-17.
Yeah, I can't see the Panthers winning this too. Andy Dalton's been looking really good. They were competing with the Falcons for a little bit too. No, it wasn't a blowout. They were in it kind of till the end there. Commanders, obviously a rough loss to the Ravens last week, but a close game. But I will be picking the Commanders here. You got to play it safe. So, Commanders 33, Panthers 20.
Yeah, I think these next 4 games, Chiefs, 49ers, Jets, Steelers, Ravens, Bucks, Chargers, Cardinals, are probably some of the hardest ones to predict.
Yeah,
Um, but let's get straight to it. In San Francisco, 49ers, basically a must-win game. They lose this game, they go 3-4. Not
yeah.
good at all. They're facing the 5-0 Chiefs. It's really interesting game. It's definitely going to be a must-watch game. Who do you got in this one?
I've picked the Chiefs for every. I've picked them to win every single game this year. 5-0 now, and this is where it changes. Though I'm gonna pick the 49ers here, 24-23. I think they get the revenge here. I just think the Chiefs are bound to lose eventually. They've been these really close games. The ball has gone their way, the refs, but I think it's at home too for the 49ers. I just think this is where the 49ers really start to heat up their season. They had a big win against the Seattle last week. And I think this is where they start to heat up and really become a dangerous team in that NFC. So I got the 49ers here, 24-23, really close game.
Yeah, no, I got the 49ers here too. And I know that the Chiefs are coming off a bye, and I know that they have probably circumstances of which, like, they're probably prepping a lot for this game.
Yeah.
Mahomes has been below average. I do like Kareem Hunt a lot, but I got to think about it. The 49ers played really well against the Seahawks on Thursday Night Football. It was hard to see anybody beating that 49ers team that we saw there.
Yeah.
Uh, and the Chiefs aren't going 17-0. We all know that. With the injuries that they have, they can't go 17-0. They have to lose a game at some point. I think this is going to be the game they lose. I agree with you on this one.
I will say though, Andy Reid has not lost a game off the bye, so it's kind of a risky pick here. He's never
Oh
lost
wow!
off the bye.
Ever in his
So
entire career?
yeah, in his entire career, he's never lost off the bye. It's like a crazy record. Look it up. It's actually true. It's actually insane.
No shot.
If you want to switch your pick, go ahead, but I'm sticking with it.
All right. I'm gonna go with my boy Andy Reid here. I'm gonna respect the coach.
About the mind games, look, that's how you get a free win right there. Mind game.
That is a crazy stat.
I know, crazy stat.
I can't believe that he's coached for like 20 years.
I know. He's 20 and he's like 22-0, 20-0 off the bye. It's crazy.
What the heck? Okay. Next week we got this their Sunday Night Football. The Jets versus the Steelers, and the Steelers plan to start Russell Wilson over Justin Fields. I don't know what you're doing, Steelers. I mean, I'm happy with it, but let's be honest. You're a 4-2 team, and you're gonna bench the QB that brought you to 4-2. I thought their offense has been playing fine, and so for this reason, I'm gonna pick the Jets because I just don't. I don't think that. I think Aaron Rodgers definitely picked it up against the Bills, and I told you that game was going to be close. It was close.
Yeah.
Um, and I just think that the Jets defense is going to be able to contain Russell Wilson really well. I like this in a low scoring affair, but I like the Jets winning this one 23-13.
Yeah, I know. Same opinion for me from Andrew. I just don't understand why you would bench the QB that got you to that 4-2 record. I know you guys they signed Russell Wilson to be that starter, and I think that's part of it. Like they signed him. He's like, this is our guy. We're gonna start him the whole season. So I think that's kind of like what they're binded into. But I think Justin Fields has really played well, and I'm sad to see him be benched for Russell Wilson. I think he's played really well. I enjoyed watching him. I think that Steelers offense has been a lot better than it has in the past years, and their defense is always going to be good. So I think they have something special. And I think they could have been really good this year, but with Russell Wilson, I just don't think so. Don't be surprised if Justin Fields is starting by next week, maybe 2 weeks though. But yeah, that's why I also have the Jets winning here, 26-18.
Yeah, I just don't get the
Yeah.
loss of the organization. Also, we failed to mention Devontae Adams is coming back too.
Oh yeah,
That's
I
a big
know.
deal. I completely forgot about that, but that makes the Jets a little bit more scary.
Yeah.
Ravens versus Buccaneers. I'm gonna go ahead and go first with this one. The Ravens are the best team in the NFL. I'm gonna be humble. I'm gonna admit it. It's hard for me to admit it as a Bengals fan. They just look so good. I just can't see a team actually beating the Ravens right now with the way that they're playing. This is reminding me of MVP Lamar season 2021, and yeah, I have the Ravens here. No, I don't think there's much else to be said.
Yeah. Same reason for me. Lamar Jackson's like got a crazy record against NFC opponents too. He's like lost like 1-2 games, I think. So I mean, yeah, the Ravens are just looking good. I think this game is not going to be close. I think it's going to be 41-20 for the Ravens here.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it'll be a little close because given how good the Bucks offense is, but maybe 38-24. Chargers versus Cardinals, probably the hardest game to predict in my opinion. I
Yeah.
agree. These two teams are inconsistent as hell. Who do you got in this one, John?
I mean, I love both of these teams. They're some of my favorite teams in the league. You know, they're both having some solid seasons. You know, I can't. It's just a really hard game for me to pick. It's really a toss up. I'm gonna enjoy watching this game too. My favorite teams playing that aren't the Patriots, but I'm gonna have to stick with the Cardinals here. 23-20, close game. It's just a toss up for me. I really got no explanation.
Yeah, I don't know. I This is a tough one for me too, but I just have to go with that the Chargers haven't beat a good team yet. Um, and the Cardinals, they're obviously coming off that tough loss, but the Cardinals have only played good teams. The only thing that I am worried about is that the Chargers defense is really good. The Chargers offense is below par, but the Cardinals defense is trash.
Yeah, I know.
Uh, However, home field advantage, I think I'm going to go safe here. I think I'm going to pick the Cardinals as well. So we have four differential games, John. If I were to win all four of the games, then you would be one game back, one game ahead.
We'll see. It's gonna be a good week. I'm excited for this week. Gonna wake up tomorrow, set my alarm for 7:25. Go straight to the couch, turn that game on, watch Drake May cook up. It's gonna be a great day tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be an interesting game. I'm definitely going to try to watch that game tomorrow. I'm pretty excited for it, to be honest with you.
I'm excited too.
But anyway, thank you for watching All Sports Takes, and we will catch you for our Week 8 predictions next week. Any games that you're particularly looking forward to in Week 8, John?
Whoever the Patriots play,
The Jets.
I'm looking forward to that game.
Eagles, Bengals, which should be a pretty good one. I'm
Hmm.
looking at the Bears, Commanders could be sneaky good.
Oh, that's gonna be a good game. I'll tell you right now, that's a good game.
And then Cowboys, 49ers, Sunday Night Football.
Mm, Sunday Night Football, maybe. We'll see. Could be a good game.
Yeah, and Falcons, Bucks could be pretty good too.
We'll just have to see though.
Amen, brother. All right. Oh, you know what? I'm actually excited for Thursday Night Football, Vikings versus the Rams.
Oh yeah, I think that's a good game too.
That's a good matchup right there. Anyway, thank you for watching All Sports Takes Week 8, and we will see you next week. Deuces.